You're listening to The Next 15, a podcast show for the binge listener covering random topics such as relationships, current news, and everyday life issues. My name is Trey North, and for the next few minutes, I hope to make you laugh, educate, and inspire you. Welcome to the Next 15 podcast show, and it's Thursday night, 7 p.m. You know what time it is? It's not Friday, but it's Thursday, and I got my esteemed co-host, Chris McAllister.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is so good to be back in the saddle.
Check it out, guys. We are now linking and syncing our podcast shows with the Wayback Podcast with Juan Aleman. We are guest co-hosts. Take it away, Juan.
Hey guys, thank you so much. It's great to be here with Trey and Chris. This is going to be an awesome hour of simulcasting, podcasting fun. What we're going to be talking about tonight with you guys is our favorite 3 WrestleMania moments or matches. So if you want to join in and you have a moment you want to share with us, if you're listening on Trey's side, put it up on his chat board. If you're listening on my side, put it up on my chat board. We'll talk about it. So I'm going to kick it off just like this. Okay, the year is 1994. Shawn Michaels entered in a rivalry with this one guy. You know him, the bad guy, Razor Ramon, who had won the Intercontinental Championship, which had been vacated because Michaels had been gone. Well, Michaels had never been defeated, actually, for the belt, so he claimed to be the rightful champion. Where is this going to be solved at, and how is it going to be solved? WrestleMania 10 came along, and the feud would culminate in one of the greatest of their matches, another ladder match. This was voted by fans as Match of the Year by Pro Wrestling Illustrated. It also received a 5-star rating from Wrestling Observer newsletter, and the first 9 of the WWE matches to do so. Over the next few months, Michaels battled various injuries and launched the Heartbreak Hotel television talk show segment, mainly shown on Superstars. So that's my first moment. WrestleMania 10, Shawn Michaels defeats Razor Ramon to get back his Intercontinental Championship. What do you think about that, guys?
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a classic, man.
Yeah. Sweet chin music, baby.
Sweet. Let's tune up the band, ladies and gentlemen.
Razor Ramon. He used to be the toothpick guy.
Yeah. Razor Ramon, man. Like he made being a bad guy good. Like he was your favorite bad guy.
Yeah.
You love to hate him.
Yeah.
Like the machismo.
Yeah, because he had the little slick back.
Oh yeah, and then he had the chest hair with the open jacket. Like Razor Ramon is one of my favorite wrestlers of all times, man.
Okay.
Yeah, and so the way he talked was so good.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, Chico.
Yeah.
You know, you want to be talking about me or this and that? I'll go and flick you in the face with a toothpick.
I mean, and how can you not mention the great when you talk about Shawn Michaels? I mean, man, wow. Just a great wrestler, a great performer.
Yeah.
I mean, it gave you energy in the ring. I mean, he just brought something that, I mean, he was his own. You know, he held his own in the ring, man. With or without being, tag team with anybody.
Oh yeah, that's where he got the name Mr. WrestleMania. Like he was going to bring a show to you he was going to lay it on the line every time he stepped into the ring.
Yeah.
And that's what made him great, man. Yeah. Even from when he first entered into wrestling, man, as a 20-year-old kid, dude. Like he
getting beat up all the time.
Yeah, like literally he took a lot of bumps and bruises, man, but he arched up that ladder and became, HBK, bro. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, now I've got a trivia question for my listeners or your listeners, whoever wants to answer this, because during some of his run, the guy who trained Shawn Michaels appeared on WWE television. So who trained Shawn Michaels to wrestle?
That's a good question.
That's a good one.
So I'm just going to give you a few minutes, guys, just to see if you know, kind of get your wheels working for the night.
Somebody help us out. They got me on that one.
Yeah, somebody help us out because I have no idea who trained.
I'll take a stab. Was it? No, it wasn't Cowboy. It wasn't. It wasn't. Okay, never mind then.
I'm not going to even attempt.
I helped you there.
Wait a minute. Was it Harley Race?
No, that's a good one, but not Harley Race.
Okay. Right. Yeah, I'm not going to even attempt to try to answer that question.
We're not gonna leave people hanging for too long because Trey's got a moment coming up, and I know it's going to be a good one. But the person who trained Shawn Michaels was none other than San Antonio's own Jose Lothario. You remember him when he came on the show and got beat up trying to protect Shawn?
Yeah, I remember that.
Forgot about that one.
He almost broke his leg.
Like, oh yeah, the guy who got beat up. Yeah, we remember him.
But Shawn Michaels took a lot of beating up, though, didn't he? I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you're right. Shawn Michaels had a penchant for taking a beating and it just coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Mr. Brewer's on it. Jose Lothario Jr. There we go.
What up, Brewer? Hey, listen, I remember because he was the skinny Shawn Michaels. Yeah. He was like always the fall guy.
Yeah,
getting beat up in the beginning. I think it was it with Mid-South Wrestling or.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, he was in Mid-South.
Yeah.
And then he was in WCW before it was really WCW. It was like Turner Broadcasting Station. It was on TBS, and I think it was Georgia Championship Wrestling then.
Yeah, absolutely.
But Shawn Michaels, once he got with Marty Jannetty, it's kind of always the rhythm that you get into. There's one that goes in there, takes a real hard beating, then he does the hot handoff to the other guy, they tag.
Right.
And all of a sudden this guy cleans house.
Yeah.
Nobody else. Like Shawn Michaels nowhere near as good as this guy for some reason. And then Shawn Michaels stands up in the corner and he's like, I got my breath back, buddy.
Right. Tag me in.
Tag him in. What do you know? Shawn Michaels had a super kick up his sleeve.
Yeah.
That's true.
All right. So that one was the way to get started, guys. I like that one. And let's go to Trey.
All right. So check it out. This favorite WrestleMania moment. Okay. This premiered right after the Undertaker and Triple H match.
Okay.
And this was the hottest rivalry. The hottest. It was The Rock versus Stone Cold WrestleMania 17.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
Yes, which would happen to be a no disqualification match announced only after the match begins, like right before the match begins.
Yeah, it was no DQ.
Yes, this goes back with a long, like The Rock was the champion at the time, and Stone Cold had went away. I think he was injured, and he came back. And he came back. And Stone Cold needed this win because basically The Rock was the face of wrestling at the time, and Stone Cold was like, "Man, I need this more than anything."
Yeah.
And so, man, what got me? The reason why this is one of my favorite matches is because the intensity. It started off on 100,
right,
and ended on 100.
Yeah.
It never stopped. Like literally, Stone Cold came to the ring, Rock came to the ring. Got on one end of the ropes, on top rope, did his The Rock salute, and then he comes back, and then as soon as he turns around, Stone Cold went right in on that Joker's head. And from there, that match never, ever stopped, man. And then another thing that made it great, too, because I got to slide the commentary in with JR and Paul Heyman, man.
Oh, my goodness,
But, it just started it was like, and the fans were going crazy. I mean, this is where, Stone Cold was like, I'm going to bring it. Rock was like, I'm going to give you everything I got, man.
Yeah.
And so, man, it ended up being, a nice, from beginning to end, this was like athleticism to me, man.
Yeah, they were.
You got The Rock, busted open. You got Stone Cold busted open. And you got The Rock's bomb steady there while he was getting busted open.
Wow.
I don't know if you go back and watch that match, man, when they were on the outside of the ring, you saw Rock's mom, who's beautiful now, but was a very beautiful woman then, in her younger years, and she was standing there, man, and it just ended up with, neither man wanted to quit,
Yeah.
especially The Rock. I mean, The Rock gave Stone Cold his own stunner.
Yeah.
Stone Cold gave Rock the rock bottom,
Yeah.
a couple of chairs, and The Rock, I mean, literally The Rock would just not quit.
Exactly.
He would not quit.
Wow. He's the great one, sir.
Do y'all remember that match?
Yes, I do. Absolutely.
What about you, Juan? Do you remember that match?
I remember that. I think they met 3 times in a row at WrestleMania main eventing.
They did,
and that was the first year of it.
Yep.
Yep.
This was an ongoing feud, man, and it ended up with, of course, Stone Cold's the devil himself, Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
It ended up Stone Cold partnering with Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
That night.
Yeah.
To win the belt, but then. I think it was on Monday Night Raw.
He stunned.
He was like, "I'm done with you, Vince. I got what I needed."
Those were the good days.
So I do got a trivia question. I got a trivia question for those out there, either at the Next 15 or right here at the Wrestling Wayback Podcast. How old was Rock when he fought Stone Cold WrestleMania 17?
Oh my God, that's a good question.
I'm typing it down here for my listeners too.
So how old was The Rock when he appeared in this match?
Oh my goodness. Ooh.
Yep. What I really liked about while y'all trying to get that answer, what I really liked about The Rock and Stone Cold is the energy that they brought. They brought a lot of energy, and both of them were great trash talkers.
Yes.
They were the best trash talkers. I mean, one of the best, two of the best trash talkers,
right.
And it just, man, to me that was just a memorable moment because the crowd, I mean, from the start of the match to the end, it was just crazy, man.
Yeah.
I mean, blood, I mean, chairs, I mean, just everything. And then you kind of knew, you kind of knew once they threw out the no DQ match,
right,
that something was bound to happen. You know what I mean? I didn't expect, good old Stone Cold, and it just broke JR's heart, bro.
Gotcha.
He's Stone Cold.
Yes.
Stone Cold. He sold his soul to the devil himself.
Absolutely.
Oh, man, it was crazy.
I'm going to take a stab at that. I will say that I'm not sure. I want to say that he was what? Oh my God.
I got to guess it when you finish, Chris.
I'm going to say 25.
Close.
Really?
Close. That was close.
I was going to say 27.
Ooh, you're closer than Chris.
Oh,
Does anybody else got it out there?
Come on.
Anybody else want to answer?
Yeah, I'm looking in the chat.
How old was The Rock when he wrestled Stone Cold at WrestleMania the first time in WrestleMania 17?
Mm-hmm.
You know what? That's so crazy.
I mean, that was real close.
Because that WrestleMania was in Houston, Texas.
It was at the Astrodome.
It was at I was there.
Wow.
It
was in Houston, Texas.
Yep,
absolutely. I didn't mention that. I'm sorry for you Houstonians out there that listen to our show. My bad.
Yeah, I think that was the last time they used the Astrodome.
Yep, we tore it down and made it the Reliance
Center. Yep, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So nobody got it? Nobody wants to answer that? Okay. Oh. Well, Juan had the closest answer. You said 25, and Juan said 27.
Uh-huh.
He was 28 years old.
He was 30 years old.
He was 28 years old.
Wow, on that grand of a stage.
And held
he
his
was
own.
Ready for it.
Yeah, he was. Absolutely.
He sure was, man.
I mean, he had the persona. He had it all, man. Oh. He could wrestle too.
He was. I mean, he came from wrestling greatness, man. So he kind of had the backdrop to kind of walk in and kind of know the business and know the individuals. And the Rock, which is one of my favorite wrestlers of all times, is just like you said. They brought the energy. Him and Stone Cold always had the energy.
Absolutely.
Even if they were the bad guy, the crowd would react to them.
Well, that's the thing. They could be either bad or good, and you still love them.
Exactly.
Especially Stone Cold.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, especially Stone Cold.
Yeah. Well, that was my favorite. That was my favorite WrestleMania moment.
That's
one of them. My favorite.
That was awesome. That was a great moment. Guess whose turn it is, Chris?
Hey, so when it comes to there's so many that I've watched every single WrestleMania, and it was so hard to kind of boil it down to 3, but I'm going to start with this one. Imagine it's April the 2nd, 1989.
Ooh.
And the 2 best wrestlers in this era are going head to head. It was called the Mega Powers.
Oh.
It was Macho Man Randy Savage versus Hulk Hogan in WrestleMania 5.
He went way back, didn't he?
Dude, it is one of the most technical wrestling you will ever see in that era. Like, this is the first WrestleMania. I say the first WrestleMania, but this is the first WrestleMania that you see 2 literally. This is before the Rock and Stone Cold kind of thing. You had the one that had the mic grit, which was Macho Man Randy Savage, that could captivate a crowd, that could do promos. And then you had wrestling god himself, Hogan.
Yeah.
You know, and these 2 guys go head to head, blow for blow, and this literally trickled through an entire year up to WrestleMania. They broke up in the beginning of the year because they were kind of partners. They broke up in the beginning of the year over an issue with Macho Man Randy Savage's wife.
Of course.
If everybody remembers. Yeah, Elizabeth. With Elizabeth, man. And it was just a misunderstanding, but it started a feud that entire year, and it ended up in the Mega Power promo that Vince McMahon ran right before the show. And it literally kind of showcased their involvement in wrestling that brought them to this point, which Macho Man Randy Savage. Because you can't talk about wrestling without Hulk Hogan and Macho Man Randy Savage.
That's
dude.
true.
And to see these 2 go head to head, man, this is what really got me into wrestling, was that match. That's one of the reasons why it's one of my favorites, is because it was that match that I said when I was a kid I wanted to be a wrestler. Like I want to do this for a living. That's
awesome.
Then I grew up, but yeah, there you go. That was my first one, is because of, I mean, it's legendary. It's legendary, and I think this is one of the ones that broke the attendance barrier after the first WrestleMania. Wow. So yeah.
Oh yeah, the first WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Does anybody remember how many attended? Was it
the first
It was in Madison Square Garden, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That was
And at the time, I want to say, wasn't it like 70,000 or something like that?
I know. I can't. The only one I remember is the Pontiac Superdome, and that one was the record for the longest time. And that was like 90,000 people.
90, almost 100.
Wow.
Yeah.
I got a fun fact for you on that WrestleMania 1 that you brought up, or that we brought up. Who sung the national anthem on WrestleMania 1?
WrestleMania 1.
Anybody out there in the Wrestling Wayback Podcast world of the next 15?
I'm going to ask them. The national anthem.
The national anthem. Because I remember this, and it was hilarious to me. To me, it was hilarious.
I don't know, because there were so many superstars there in that pop culture at that time, man.
It was. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Adam Sandler and Rob Schneider was there. I think was they there in the first WrestleMania? No. They wasn't there in the first WrestleMania.
No, the first WrestleMania was what, I want to say 1981, 1982, something like that.
80,
the first,
was it 85? I thought. I don't know. I can't remember.
It might be 85. Yeah, it might have been 85.
85. Okay, I got some news from one of my listeners.
Okay.
There were at WrestleMania 3, wherever WrestleMania 3 was held, 93,000 fans in attendance.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
That's insane.
And you're asking about WrestleMania 1, who sang the national anthem?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, because I remember WrestleMania 3 was Steamboat and Savage, wasn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh
Yes.
man, I remember some of their matches. I was reading a group today, like a wrestling group that I follow, and they said who were some of Randy Savage's, or who was Randy Savage's biggest opponent, and the first name that popped in my head was Ricky Steamboat.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Ricky Steamboat and him had some legendary matches.
Yeah.
And if you see Steamboat today, that guy took such good care of himself.
He did.
Oh yeah, he was
he
swole back
Yeah.
then too, man.
Yeah.
Even in his later years, he still was great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
All right, so I'm going to guess.
All right, go
Okay.
ahead.
Was it Ray Charles?
No.
No.
Did he
Nope.
sing America the Beautiful?
Nope. This was a national anthem.
Ray
Oh,
Charles.
say can you see?
Yeah. I know he did something one year, but I don't remember when.
Yeah, I think you might be thinking WrestleMania 2
Okay.
because
Let me see.
Nobody out there got
Nobody
this?
got
Oh,
it.
wait a minute. I have a fan right here who
Okay.
says
Who was it?
Liberace was there, but I don't know if he did the anthem or not.
No, the
Liberace.
Star Spangled Banner. No, you guys don't remember this?
I don't know. I'm so sorry.
Do y'all
man.
give up? I got you in. I
Yep.
got you in the figure 4 lot. You give up?
Yeah, I'm tapping
I'm
out,
tapping.
sir.
It was Mean Gene Okerlund.
No
What?
way.
Yes, it was. Go back and watch it. It was Mean Gene Okerlund.
Okerlund does
Yes.
the national anthem.
Hilarious. I was like, really? Star Spangled Banner? Really, bro?
Mean
Mean
Gene.
Gene sung it. Yeah. I'm serious.
kidding?
I promise
Wow.
you. I kid you not.
Dude,
Mean
oh
Gene.
my God! Rest in peace, Mean Gene. Like, dude, Mean Gene. Oh, that's WCW stuff to me, man. Yeah,
Mean Gene was the guy, man.
Yes,
He
he
could
was.
interview anybody.
Oh, yeah. He
he
was
would never crack. He would never
Nope.
crack.
great. Yep.
And he could sit there and hold a conversation with Bobby Heenan while Bobby
yeah.
Heenan was being like the biggest jerk in
Dude,
town.
I was just about to
and
say
not
that.
crack a laugh.
I was just saying that. And Bobby Heenan, he'd be funny, too.
Yes, he would, boy.
I don't know
yeah.
how he did.
Bobby
Bobby
Heenan
the
was
braid
hilarious.
heated.
Oh, man.
Oh man, it's back on you, Juan.
All right. Is it back on me?
Yep. I don't know.
All right.
Is it? Or is it me?
Oh,
I don't know.
Trey.
Oh, it's me?
Have you spent your second moment yet?
No, I haven't spent my second moment, but I do have one.
It's on you, buddy. You're starting the second round.
Oh, buddy,
Second
I
round,
got a
okay,
good one.
listen.
See, let me just clarify something. My matches, all of my favorite WrestleMania matches are the high energy matches.
Gotcha.
Okay, so this next one, this was a Money in the Bank match.
Okay. Okay.
The very first ladder Money in the Bank match.
Oh, okay.
Do you remember what
Nice.
WrestleMania that was?
I do not, man.
Do you, Juan?
No. You got me on that one.
WrestleMania 21.
WrestleMania.
Wow.
It consisted of Chris Benoit, Chris Jericho, Edge, Christian, Kane, and Shelton Benjamin.
Shelton Benjamin.
You remember Shelton
yeah,
Benjamin?
man.
Listen,
Shelton Benjamin could go, man.
Listen, this is why this is my favorite match. I promise.
Okay.
This Shelton Benjamin showed his butt in that hole.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if y'all remember this. Shelton Benjamin T-boned. I can't remember was Edge or Chris Jericho off the top ladder.
Oh, wow.
And then he also ran up the ladder. They had one ladder set up with
that's right.
Do you remember when they had the ladder set up with the Money in the Bank hanging, and then they put another ladder
on top of,
and he ran up there
across
and
the-
clotheslined.
Oh, I forgot all about that.
Man,
Wow.
that was that whole match was high flying. Just
Oh my goodness.
it was just havoc. I mean, everybody was trying to get that Money in the Bank. And that's one of the reasons why. And Shelton Benjamin at the time, he was the Intercontinental Champion.
Yeah.
And a good athlete. I mean, he was athletic. He was quick. To me, he was one. In my opinion, I think he was underrated.
Yeah, I do too, man. I do too, and I
Wow.
hate to say that I forgot all about Shelton Benjamin.
Yeah. Where is he?
I have no idea. Same place D'Lo Brown is, I guess.
D'Lo Brown used to throw his hands up and do that little head shake.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here doing that right now.
Yeah. But no, it was crazy. I mean, you had Chris Benoit.
Oh, man.
Chris Benoit already had like 27 stitches in his head.
Yeah.
He got on the very top of the ladder and did his head bomb on Kane and busted his head wide open.
Oh, my goodness.
Guys, if you're out there listening, wrestling fans, you got to go back and see that Money in the Bank ladder match on WrestleMania 21. It was absolutely phenomenal. I mean, the energy was just crazy in there, man. I mean, that's one of my favorite matches next to Stone Cold and The Rock.
And The Rock. Yeah, man.
Absolutely, man. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Now, I got something to add to that.
Okay.
Because anyone who has ever seen Trey knows that he's a fit dude.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yep.
So he picks those high flyers, those dudes that could keep going and do the chain wrestling and do flips and flops and this and that. Well, it's my turn. And I'm going to pick some guys that look like me. So we're talking Vader and Mankind tag team at WrestleMania 13 versus Owen Hart and the British Bulldog.
And the British Bulldog. Oh my God.
So it was kind of like Pain and Panic on one side and Grace and Endurance on the other side.
Yeah.
Two technical wrestlers that were top notch were Owen and the British Bulldog. Wow. Anybody who had went to Stu Hart's school was a very technical, talented, and very skilled wrestler.
Right.
Well, you take Mick Foley, who had been trained, but he liked the rough matches. You know, he did the death matches in across the pond in Asia and in Germany and things like that. He had part of his ear ripped off by Vader when he was in WCW because he got his head caught in the ropes.
Right.
And then
I remember that.
He just tried to pull it out and he left his ear there in Germany.
Oh, no.
So that's guys like me. You're like, no, I'm not getting on the top rope. I'll throw you up there.
Right.
Mick Foley would.
Mick Foley would.
Mick Foley would. Yeah, he would jump from anywhere.
Yeah.
But anyway, that I say all that to say that these two, Vader and Mick Foley, made such a powerful team.
Yeah.
You had, because all in all, Vader was a very athletic man. No matter how big he was,
I was just going to say that.
Very, very athletic. He had played in the NFL. He played college ball.
Right.
Yeah.
And he was an athlete.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he used that to his advantage. You know, he knew how to move.
Yes,
he was an offensive lineman or defensive lineman, one of the two. I can't remember. But he knew how to move quickly. Now, what Mankind or Mick Foley had on his side is passion.
Yeah.
A passion for the business like really nobody else has a passion for it.
That's true.
Because, you know, when he went off the top of the cage, and I had, for those of you that are enjoying this, you can listen back to one of my other episodes, and it's entitled "The Undertaker Gives Mankind a Lesson in Flying."
Yeah, that was a great match.
Yes,
and but he threw him off the top of the Hell in the Cell.
Heck yeah!
Then he climbs back up,
right,
and then he gets slammed through the top of the cage. And when they show him, they say it looks like something white is sticking out his nose. He had swallowed his own tooth, and it came out his nose.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
They wanted him to stop, and he wouldn't. Now, that's the kind of guy Mick Foley was. So bringing them into this with those men, guess how the match ended?
Yeah. We know. On tax.
On tax.
No, I wish. No, it was a double count out.
No, no. On the you talking about the I'm sorry, I was going back to Undertaker.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Yeah, I was talking about the match that came up on my WrestleMania moments.
With Vader and Foley teaming up. Yeah.
It was a double count out because they didn't want to show any weakness in the big men, but they didn't want to drop the belts off the two technical wrestlers.
Yeah.
So they retained the belts, double count out, nobody wins.
Yeah.
I always hated that. I always thought it was a cop out.
Yeah.
But that night you could appreciate that ending.
Right.
You know,
it was wow.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I was gonna say, didn't Mick Foley and Vader have like a string of feuds? I mean, didn't they have rivalries? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yes, but I don't think ever in WWF. I'd have to look that up. Yeah. I know in WCW they pitted them against each other a lot.
Yeah. No, it was early
because he was Cactus Jack then.
Oh man, he was so many. You know, go ahead, Chris.
I was just saying, like you just started that. You know, he had so many. You had Cactus Jack, Dude Love, Mankind. Like, I mean, and all of them were great characters. Yeah. Like, and I remember I would turn on just to see which one he was going to be that week.
I used to love watching.
Was my favorite.
Yeah. You know who had the best matches with Mick Foley was Terry Funk.
Oh
yeah,
goodness.
definitely.
Yes,
they're
sir.
best friends.
Yeah, man. Those two could brawl it out, bloody. I mean, take so much punishment.
Man,
talk about commitment, like Juan was saying a while ago. The commitment level. Yeah,
dude, Terry Funk, man, come on, dude.
I'm gonna say this, and you guys might not agree with me, but we were paying homage to Mick Foley. But I'm gonna tell you, Mark Calloway was also another one, a wrestler that put his body and his heart on the line when it came to wrestling.
To wrestling, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Yeah. I mean, he's respected today by many. I mean, I believe he became almost like, I don't know if this is what he wanted, but the Undertaker became like the, I don't know, I mean, they call him Taker. They don't even call him his name, but he was like the go-to guy.
Yeah.
You know, he brought everybody together, you know.
Yeah, and then you look at the longevity.
Yeah.
Like he just retired. Like and to me is the longevity of Undertaker, and I think I said this a little bit earlier, the longevity of Undertaker even coming out of the world of gimmicky wrestling.
Yeah.
Like when everybody stopped doing the, Doink the Clown and all that kind of stuff, and the Brood, he was still the Undertaker.
But you know what?
Yeah.
I remember hearing him say that. You guys remember, I can't remember if it was a WrestleMania moment, but they had this egg out. And I don't remember. I just remember him thinking, oh, God, what my next character is going to. This is before he came to the Undertaker, become the Undertaker.
Huh.
Yeah, because he was somebody else. Was he just Mean Mark?
I don't know.
Well, he was Mean Mark in World Class Championship Wrestling.
Right.
Yeah.
Then he went to WCW. And he was Mean Mark, with Dan Spivey, they were the Twin Towers.
Yes. Well,
and then he came to wrestle to the WWF, and he got that gimmick.
Yeah, I think they had this egg, and I didn't know that he was like, oh God, what is Vince gonna make me the egg man or something? I just seen an interview of him talking about that, and when they gave him the Undertaker, I mean, he just took that. And it became the household. I mean, the brand almost, man.
Yeah. Like, and again,
the coldest entrance ever.
Oh my goodness, the longest entrance.
The longest and the coldest, and he played it from beginning to end.
To end, man. I still love the tight rope, the top rope walk that he did.
Oh yeah,
yeah, man.
Like for a man that size.
Yeah, he was a big man.
Yes,
like 300 pounds, man.
that shows more for the ropes. Like these ropes are pretty good.
Yep. Oh man.
All right, I got 2 questions for you.
Okay.
Number 1, who originally walked out as the manager with the Undertaker?
Oh God. Oh, I know this. It wasn't Paul Bearer. It was. Oh my God. It was. Oh my God. He had the blonde hair. The brunette hair. Oh.
I don't remember.
Oh, I do. It's on the
tip of your tongue, huh?
Yes.
And if anybody in the audience knows, feel free to go ahead and type it in. Who originally walked out with the Undertaker?
Oh my God.
It's not what you win, but you do get respect.
Absolutely.
All right. Okay, I'm going to give you a hint. I love you.
You
know who that is, don't you?
Oh gosh,
Brother Love.
Yeah, didn't he wear glasses?
Brother Love originally came out with him.
Yeah. No, he didn't wear. Did he wear glasses? No.
Yep, he wore like rose-colored glasses, and his face was all red.
You're right, Chris. Yeah.
That's right.
So he originally came out.
Yes, he did. Yeah, he was. Yeah, and then eventually Paul Bearer. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
What was his
Another
name?
thing.
What was his real name?
Which one? Brother Love or
yeah. Was it like Brother Love?
Bruce Pritchard.
Okay, yeah,
okay.
Yeah, that's Bruce Pritchard. And what was the other question? Oh well, I forgot the second one.
I'm sorry.
You're good.
I like that one though. That one was a good question.
Mm-hmm.
You can go and ask your friends that, especially those that think they're wrestling fans but have been at it for about 2 years. Oh yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
I know all of them.
Yeah, right.
Yep, there's Mr. Brewer right there, Bruce Pritchard. Thank you so much, sir.
Mm-hmm.
But they're like, Finn Balor's the best, man. No, I'm joking. Finn Balor's good. I'm just kidding.
No.
Finn Balor's a legend.
Oh my goodness! Like, and again, I think these new schools, like, or new school wrestlers, like, they have to go back and watch that old stuff, dude. Like when it was, to me, I mean, it's still good. Don't get me wrong; it's a different product now, but like,
definitely.
I mean, it's just the grit of the old school stuff, man.
Yeah.
The paving the way before all the glitz and glamour and all the lights and long walkways. I remember back in the day when it looked like they were walking out of a basketball, high school basketball locker room with just a sheet, and then they would just.
That's
appear.
where I was when I. Do you remember Harvey Whippleman?
Yeah.
Skinny white dude.
Yeah.
Well, he was in our hometown, Trevor, when we were seniors. Do you remember that?
No.
There were a bunch of wrestlers, and Lord Humongous was there.
Yeah.
A bunch of wrestlers.
That. Yeah.
And I took, at the time, my girlfriend's little sister with me because my girlfriend didn't like wrestling.
Was that? So, I'm not going to say the name. I will say the name.
I know. Yeah. But I took her sister with me, and we're sitting like front row. And we're both yelling at him, giving him the business. He goes, "Look, Oprah. Look, Geraldo. I don't need any lip from either of you." And I was like, "Oh, I'm stunned and shocked."
Calling Oprah
and Geraldo.
Oprah and Geraldo. And I just cracked up. I was like, "Good one, man." And he just kind of laughed at me like, "Yeah, you got it. You had it coming."
Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
It would be. The wrestlers would talk trash to you.
Oh,
back
absolutely.
In the day.
Back in the day. Yeah, man.
Oh, man. One time when Mr. Brewer and I, he's always listened to the shows, and he's a huge wrestling fan. And we had gone to a house show, and we were yelling at, do you remember Phineas? And,
yes.
What was Phineas, and what was the other guy's name? Henry O. Godwin.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't remember Phineas?
They were leaving they had finished the match, they had won, and we were like second row, but kind of back there, and we were just yelling, talking lip, and they were pointing at us. "We'll see you after, boo!" And just kept yelling at them. "You ain't gonna see nobody." Blah blah blah. And then that's like a badge of honor. The wrestlers want to kick our butts. Yes. It's fun times.
Yeah.
All right, Chris.
Okay.
It is. Well, give me just a second. It is on you, my man.
Okay. All right. So my second WrestleMania moment happened in WrestleMania 14 back in 1998. Yeah, so this is the headliner. It's Stone Cold versus Shawn Michaels HBK. This is the first time that Stone Cold wins the WWF title. from Shawn Michaels. And for everybody who remembers that was the time that that Shawn Michaels, D-Generation X, had brought on the heavyweight champion of the world in boxing, Mr. Mike Tyson. And he was ringside for this match, man. And when I tell you, I remember it so vividly, with Mike Tyson on the side of the ring, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and Shawn Michaels have one of the greatest matches, in my opinion, at the time. Because again, it was, as I talk, you kind of know that I kind of like kind of pure wrestling. You know what I mean? Like in the ring, you know, blow for blow, you know, strike for strike, slam for slam, like just wrestling. You know, you could do crazy stuff. And Shawn Michaels always brought, again, that energy. Yeah. And so literally, you see Shawn Michaels goes for the super kick on 3 different occasions, and Stone Cold literally weasels out of each one of those, and he hits him with the stunner, man. And then everybody thought that Mike Tyson was on the side of D-Generation X, because you know, a couple of weeks or months prior to that, you know, him and Stone Cold had gotten into an altercation on Monday Night Raw. I think that was one of the greatest Monday Night Raws, because I thought at that point, this is real. That's Iron Mike Tyson. And like, I thought Mike Tyson is not coming here to play games. Right. And so I thought that Mike Tyson was going to knock Stone Cold out. But Stone Cold had the guts, dude. And I mean, went face to face, eyeball to eyeball with Mike Tyson. And I thought that was the greatest thing. So Shawn Michaels loses the belt to Stone Cold at WrestleMania 14. I mean, that whole WrestleMania was great, but it ended in spectacular fashion with Mike Tyson knocking out Shawn Michaels with the right.
That's amazing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, WrestleMania 14 was awesome. That was when Kane versus The Undertaker as well.
Yes.
That same WrestleMania.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, sir.
That was a great WrestleMania, man.
Yeah. I remember that. Yep.
Some years are hits, some years are misses. Yeah.
I got a question, a trivia question for you wrestling fanatics. What tag team? What was the tag team name? A group name that Stone Cold Steve Austin was in?
Oh, I got that one.
I know you got this one, Juan.
I won't answer it though. What tag team was Stone Cold part of?
Are you talking about when he was with oh my God, what is his name? Bruce Pillman was his tag partner?
What is the name of the group?
What was the name of the group?
What was the name of
Hold on. It just slipped my mind.
He wasn't bald headed, I don't believe.
No. He wasn't Stone Cold.
Here you go for some a little bit of this. We'll go a little bit of background music to let people think.
Gotcha.
Actually, bro, I should have pushed the Jeopardy button on my end. do.
Oh my God.
I know Juan knows this.
I don't remember the name. I see it right now.
Come on, Brewer. I know you know it.
Come on, Brewer. Save me,
They're
Brewer.
all cheering on you, Josh.
Let's go. You're the man. You're the go-to man. Erica Vargas over there at the Next 15.
Yeah, Miss Jacqueline.
Do you know? Jacqueline, do you know? I got lady fans of wrestling in here tonight. Where my guys at?
Well, I have to tell you, while people are thinking about this, my sister and I we went to a WCW pay-per-view and sat third row. Mm-hmm. It was War Games, Fall Brawl, that was in Houston in like 93, 94, I think.
Yep.
And so we sat third row there. Then we went to a couple of WWF shows. They were house shows, but we went to them. Mm-hmm. And I remember I was sitting there, and you know how you whistle real loud by putting your fingers in your mouth and going,
right?
You know, blowing real hard. Well, I blew real hard, and for some reason I spit. I didn't whistle. I just spit. And this guy, like 2 rows up, turned around and he looked around. He was wiping the back of his head off. And I just looked off like. I was like, okay, note to self: you cannot whistle loud on need. Something has to happen.
I can't whistle like that at all. That New York whistle.
Just to call a cab whistle.
Yeah, call a cab whistle. Yeah, I can't do
I'm walking here.
Like I'm walking over here.
All right, I think we gave them enough time.
Yeah.
That was the Hollywood Blondes.
It was Hollywood Blondes.
Hollywood Blondes.
You're absolutely right.
Oh my God.
Muchas gracias, señor.
I knew you was going to get that one.
Hollywood.
As soon as you said it, I remembered. And that's what made it so weird when they had Brian Pillman,
right?
Like stalking his wife and going out to his house and all kinds of stuff. That was a weird angle anyway.
Yeah,
but they had been friends for so long. Why not keep them as friends?
Right.
You know, it was just weird. It was a weird angle to me. That's the only thing I'm saying.
And he ended up passing away too, didn't he? Drugs or something?
Brian Pillman? I don't know if it was drugs, but he did pass away.
Okay. Oh man.
And he's got a son now that's coming up in wrestling, Brian Pillman Jr.
He? Oh, really? Junior?
Okay.
Oh, wow. Never saw him.
Wow, I remember on Raw when Stone Cold quote unquote broke into his house and Brian Pillman had that gun. Yep. That was the beginning. Yeah, that was the beginning of the Attitude Era. When that sure was. And I remember Vince McMahon had to get on TV the next day and apologize because the networks was like absolutely not. And then
not having it.
Right. Yeah. And then they returned back to the house the next week.
Yeah.
And then Mr. Man didn't care, man. He was like, he apologized and then went back and did the same thing.
But this time, he's just going to come there with a knife. No guns, people.
It was so dramatic.
That's hilarious.
All right. So who we got coming up? That was Chris. Was that Chris's moment or Trey's?
Yeah, that was Chris. That was mine.
Okay, so Trey,
it's
this
me.
is your
I thought
third
it was you.
moment.
Yeah, he going counterclockwise, so he goes down and he comes back around.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna take you back to WrestleMania 21 again.
Okay.
You know, we had the Money in the Bank match.
Yeah.
These are two of my favorite wrestlers.
Okay.
One being the late great Latino Heat.
Oh yeah.
Eddie Guerrero versus Rey Mysterio.
Wow.
Now this was actually they were tag team champions.
Yeah.
Wrestling each other.
Wow.
And What got me about this match again? I know one's like the fit guys, but I just like that.
Flyers.
I like the high flyers and the energy.
Yeah.
And so you had both. You had Rey Mysterio with flying corkscrews. You had Eddie Guerrero, you know what I mean? Just his the triple suplex that he did, and this is the actual one where Adam Sandler and Rob Schneider was at.
Okay,
yeah, but yeah, man, it was just a lot of energy. You know, Rey Mysterio with his little self, could fly around there.
Yeah. And he's actually one of my favorites, also.
Yeah, man, he was a little resilient thing, man, and I don't know, man. I love Eddie Guerrero, man.
Yeah,
I thought he brought a lot of character too, man. I think he did well with his character, you know, coming out with the low riders and the lie, the cheat, the steal.
Yeah.
they had him so grimy, just so I don't know, hood. I don't know.
And that was him, man. Like even in WCW, like
he was a dirty rat.
Yeah, even in WCW.
You dirty rat.
You dirty
rat.
Yeah, but even in WCW,
guy.
Yeah.
hey Juan, I have an
yes,
interesting fun fact from
okay.
Jacqueline Hammett at the Next 15. She says, fun fact, Stone Cold's grandparents lived in Yoakum during the 80s until Steve got real big and they moved. She said they passed away.
Ask her if she knows this. Where did Stone Cold play college football at?
Ooh. Jacqueline?
Because he was a college football player.
I did not know that. That's a fun fact. So you're going to hit her with one right back at her. Huh? Yeah, where did he play football at?
Oh, you want to throw a fact at me? Well, I'll throw a fact back at you.
Well, she didn't ask the question. She gave you a fact, though.
Oh, okay. Well, that's cool. I didn't know that. So that's going to be something that gets stored right up here in the vaults.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
But since she didn't ask, I'll go ahead and tell you. It was the University of North Texas.
Really?
Yep.
Really?
He played there. He played football there. He was a D lineman.
Wow.
I did not know that.
I didn't know he played football at all.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah,
what do you think? He just walked around with beer when he was little? I'm going to learn to kick butt.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought.
He's the only one who can drink beer on TV.
Yeah.
Kind of like that kid from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Dad says I can't get a gun until I'm 12 years old. Nope, son. 45 Colt. Yep.
I just had a memory from Stone Cold when Vince was in the hospital and he hit him in the head with a pan.
The bedpan.
Yeah. I don't know. That was a random thought, but I just remember it was like ding.
Yeah. And then he started punching him into the cast on his leg.
Yep.
Oh, them two.
And then
right
he's
there.
in his tighty whities at that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Them two hated each other, man.
Oh man, that was again the greatest feud is that the Vince McMahon
and how good it is to beat your boss up.
Oh, absolutely, and not get fired.
He's like, Steve, this week you're gonna be kicking me around pretty bad. Oh, okay, sir. I don't mind that at all.
Like, aye, Captain.
Aye, come on, crappy Ton.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Eddie Guerrero that was one of my favorite matches. Eddie and Rey Mysterio.
Rey Mysterio.
Yep.
That is a great one.
That is.
And it actually ended up with Eddie shaking Rey Mysterio, give him that respect.
Yeah.
Give him that respect
because he wouldn't go there, like he wouldn't stay down.
Yeah.
Like you had to beat him into the ground.
Yeah, he was so little, but he sure can go, man.
Oh yeah.
He hung in.
Yeah.
I remember when he fought, or when Rey Mysterio fought the Big Show.
Yeah, they did him bad on that.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did.
Yeah. All right, Chris, it's your final moment.
All right. My final moment goes into WrestleMania 17. This is this is the same WrestleMania that Trevor talked about a little bit earlier. I was at that WrestleMania, ladies and gentlemen, back in 2001. But the match that I feel kind of stole the show was the first ever table, ladders, and chairs match.
Wow.
Between the Hardy Boys,
Ooh.
Edge and Christian, and the Dudley Boys.
Oh, I remember that match.
The greatest.
Wow.
I mean, the greatest performance of athleticism I have ever seen in my life.
All high flyers.
All of them. I mean, all of them jumped off 15-foot ladders.
Wow.
That happened to be in there, every single one. From Jeff Hardy jumping off and jumping onto Bubba Ray Dudley, who was laying on two tables at the time.
Yes.
To Edge spearing Jeff Hardy off of the. Oh my goodness!
Oh.
Like when I watch that match to this day, to me, that's the pinnacle of what wrestling. They brought in the ECW.
They
feel.
did. Yeah, they did.
Like, I mean, literally, that match stole. I remember sitting there, and me and my it was me, my father, and our next door neighbors. They bought tickets. And his wife and daughter, our next door neighbor and his son, his wife and daughter, they didn't want to go. They didn't, and of course they knew I was a wrestling fan, and so my dad went, and so literally, like we were in the nosebleeds.
Wow!
And
but you were there.
Yeah, I was in the building, and I tell you, like till this day, like it sent chills because I knew every last one of these guys are gonna die. Like, Like,
wow.
That's how it felt. Like, the minute I seen Edge spear Jeff Hardy while holding on to the belt. Like off of a 15-foot ladder.
Yeah.
And to see his body. Now, I'm in the nosebleeds, but it just, like, to see his body rappel off of the mat.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah. To Devon Dudley, when they did the, I can't remember the name of their move. But
the 3D.
The 3D. When he sent Edge through those tables, coming off of, again, a 15-foot ladder. Like, I'm like, what is wrong with these guys? What is happening? And so that, to me, that's my number one WrestleMania moment is that match, because I got to experience it live. Yeah. But on top of that, it's just, now did you go back and watch it on, on TV, it's just like, it just brings back that nostalgia.
I'm gonna go back and watch that.
Yeah, you gotta watch it, man. You gotta watch it. Like, you couldn't hear yourself think. That's how loud it was in there doing that match.
Yeah,
because everybody was amazed at what was happening, what they were seeing. Like, you were watching, again, history. Like, nobody had seen a match at that time, like at that level. Yeah. On that grand of a stage. Now, again, you had your ECW guys doing a lot of it, but you didn't see these guys jumping off a 15-foot ladder that was already, 6 feet in the air because it was in the ring. Right. You know what I mean? Jumping off. Like, it was so much mayhem. Yeah. Oh, man, but Edge and Christian came out with the win. Absolutely.
Yeah. That's a great match.
Wow. Yeah.
That's a great
Mr.
WrestleMania.
Brewer says, legendary, no real losers in that match for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Brewer. Absolutely, Brewer. I agree with that.
Yeah, we all agree with that. All right. So, my memento.
Yes, sir.
This is WrestleMania 19.
Ooh.
Okay? Ooh. Where the headlining match was the guy that I've been talking about for a little while, Kurt Angle, or I've been talking about for a few years. Yep. Is just a guy who was a great wrestler who came into pro wrestling and actually made a career out of it.
Yeah.
He wasn't like, this stuff is fake. I'm not going to do this, because they interviewed him and he said, it's kind of different because when you're wrestling, like amateur wrestling, you're trying to stay up off the floor.
Right.
And when you're in wrestling, you're throwing each other all over the ground all the time or all over the mat.
Uh-huh.
He said, so it's different.
Yeah.
But anyway, he would wrestle another champion, Brock Lesnar.
Ooh.
Okay? So WrestleMania 19, headliner. There were other things. Shawn Michaels versus Chris Jericho, Stone Cold, Steve Austin's final match ever. And I had thought about Stone Cold's last match, but then I saw this when I was reviewing it, and I was like, I got to talk about this.
Yeah.
For one specific reason. You know how big of a human Brock Lesnar is?
Yes.
Heck yeah.
Brock Lesnar is no small man.
No, not by chance.
And he did a shooting star press off the top rope.
That's right.
And almost broke his neck. He landed right dead on top of his head. Okay? That match, to me, personified in kind of one move what it means to be a champion.
Yeah.
You're willing to do anything for the audience.
Right. Yeah.
And whether somebody says it's fake or whether somebody says it's real, it's entertainment.
Right.
And I'm going to do my darndest to entertain these people. Yeah. And he went out there and pulled out all the stops. Could he do that move? Maybe 8 times out of 10, he gets that move right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's 9 and 10 where he almost didn't walk away from it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that, in no short, turn, is why that's my number one WrestleMania moment.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great.
I remember little bits and pieces. I'm gonna ask you this: are you saying that because it was in Washington, Seattle?
Was I even up here yet?
I don't know.
What year was WrestleMania 19? I don't think I lived up here yet.
No.
2012, right?
2003.
2003. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, I was in
2002.
Dallas.
Oh, Dallas.
I was in Dallas then.
Yeah, I because that was in Washington, I believe. I believe that was in Seattle. Yeah, I believe it was.
I do have. What's really cool is last year they came here, and by the way, guys, those are all our moments. So we've shared all our moments. We're going to share some background with you. Like they did come here last year. I got to see. What was the name? Ricochet win his first belt.
Oh, Ricochet. Okay.
At Stomping Grounds, and I bought 3 seats, like third row. And one thing you might or might not know is that the first 5 rows around the ring get to keep their chairs. They're painted with like whoever the lead or the top match was for the night.
Wow.
So we have those here. It's really cool.
Wow, nice keepsake.
All right, guys. So guess what? You know what time it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to shoot it over right now to Trey so he can kind of wind up on his end, and then I'll come back and do some shout-outs, and then we'll let you people go.
Well,
Trey?
Well, I mean, not necessarily a wind down, but I just want to thank you, man, for allowing us to come on your show and share these wrestling moments with you and your fans and your audience, man. And we hope that also that those that were listening at the Next 15 will come over to the Wrestling Wayback Podcast. As they can see, it's a great show.
It's a great show.
So I thank you for allowing us to come on the show. I want to congratulate you, man. I heard on your last show you have reached over 5,000 downloads.
Oh, man, congratulations.
Oh, man, since you're congratulating me. Thank you. Hey. Yeah. I see you out there, boy. Do your thing. All right. Thanks. All right.
Yeah, man. It's been a pleasure, man. I've enjoyed this hour, man.
This has been so fun, man. Absolutely. And you got me going back into wrestling. Like, all right, let's see what's going on in this thing, man.
Yeah.
Yep. Do you have any shout outs to anybody? Trey, before
I have one. Right. I have a shout out to all of those that are listening from the Next 15 podcast show. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. I know this wasn't our show, our normal show, but my buddy Juan Aleman has a great a podcast. He has 2 great podcasts, the 80s Hour and then the Wrestling Wayback Podcast. So a shout out to everybody that listens to us. And if I can do a shameless plug, don't forget that we go live tomorrow night at 7 p.m. It's a randomish night. It's the Great Debate. We want you ladies and men to get ready because we got some topics and we need you guys to call in because it's going to be a biased night and we're going to have a full staff, a full crew. We're going to have Chris's wife in and we're going to have Andrea filling in to make it even, but it's going to go down tomorrow night at 7 p.m. on the Next 15 podcast show.
Very cool, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I've had a blast. I really have, because I had a friend ask me once, how do you sit there and just talk by yourself for an hour and and just keep yourself entertained?
Right.
Like, well, I got a lot of toys around me, and and I have that ADD thing, so I may forget what I said 5 minutes ago in 2 seconds. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, squirrel. All right. So one last thing.
Squirrel.
That's hilarious.
I want to thank the 8-Bit Pickle. And they have been putting my stuff up on their page, and they've been very welcoming and helping me. And if you like 80s retro, you'll love the 8-Bit Pickle. You can find them on Facebook. Very easy to find. I just liked a few things 80s, and all of a sudden they popped up. I started following them, and it's been great ever since. Awesome. I want to thank someone who's working on all my graphics. They will be up soon, so I'm going to say I'm thanking her right now for getting them ready for me. And when she gives me her company name and a logo, it'll be on there so you can see them. I want to remind the listeners that tomorrow night, just like Trey said, it's 7 p.m. Central, 5 Pacific. You've got the Next 15 podcast with Trey North and co-host Chris McAllister. Wow. All is said and done, my friends. I've had a great time. Thank you guys for joining us. And, I think I see somebody. We're out.
All right, Chris. Great show with the
great show.
All right, I'm stopping mine now.
Wayback Podcast.
Oh, yeah.
And we're unsyncing. Had a great time tonight, man.
Oh, man. Great time tonight, dude.
Yeah.
I love talking wrestling, man. This was really, really fun.
Yeah, we got to do that again, man.
Yeah, dude.
That was awesome.
Yeah. Hey, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to us tonight. Go and check out the Wrestling Wayback Podcast on Spreaker.com. Also, the 80s Hour with Juan Aleman. Definitely want to check those two great podcasts out. We'll see you tomorrow, 7 p.m. right here on the Next 15.
Later days, people.
This has been a live Next 15 podcast production. For more information on how to advertise your business products or services on our show, or if you're interested in voiceover work, please email us at next15podcast@gmail.com.